Follow the quest of your brotherhood by Knuckle Wolf. Chapter 6 Ironhouse City. The sun was fully set, and darkness had consumed the land. Neil was laying down Lucy's cart, resting. The wind raced by as the cart moved silently through the night. Adam was resting his head against the edge, looking at the world below. To him, this experience was heart-lifting and new. Even though he could feel the cart beneath him, it still felt magical. Allie was resting calmly behind Adam, gently behaving. The beating of Lucy's wings sounded powerful and mighty, the sound of pistons moving in perfect sync with other machinery, making a symphony of power. In the distance was a faint light on the horizon, but it wasn't like the other lights Adam had seen before. This light was large, glowing. Soon, smaller lights of other cities sprouted up as they drew closer to the large illuminated mass. Lucy had started to slow down and descend slowly back into the world below. We're almost at Ironhoof, Lucy shouted back to the tired passengers. A shout woke up Neil. Huh? He muttered, trying to wake up. He was still half asleep a bit. Adam turned to his brother. Brother, we're almost there! He exclaimed, standing up, trying to get a better look at the city. Neil moved over and nudged Allie, urging her to wake up. We're almost there. It's time to wake up, Neil said softly to her. She opened her eyes and sat up, stretching into the air. We're there already? She said, scratching her head. She looked over to the right, only to see a massive city of lights below her. And with a thud, the cart touched down on the broken pre-war road and moved towards the city. Lucy paused for a moment, giving the passengers a chance to get a better look at the city from a distance. Large metal skyscrapers toward the sky, and the lights blasting off into the dark cloud-covered sky. Everybody watched in awe as they were taken in by the magnificent sight. It's amazing! Adam yelled with excitement. Lucy leaned her head back to talk. Yeah, serious something. That is, of course, if we could still get inside the city, she said grimly. Then she turned her head back with a grim facial expression. Get out of the cart. Flight's over, she said, folding her wings. Every pony hopped out of the cart but Allie, who helped levitate the bags out of the cart. Once she was done unloading the bags, Neil and Adam helped each other to put their own bags onto their backs. Allie followed them out of the cart and onto the hard, rocky road. The road had been cleared of wagons. From where they were into the city, not one wagon was to be found. Every pony was out of the cart with all their things on her back. Lucy turned her head to see if any pony was without their things. All right, let's get moving. It's not safe outside the city, she told him, still retaining the grim facial expression. The three looked at each other puzzled as to why Lucy was acting strangely defensive. Neil just shrugged. It's her business. She doesn't need to tell us about it. Okay, if you say so, Adam said, turning back to the city. Lucy trotted over to the city without another word, the others following close behind, anxiously awaiting to see the fabled Ironhouse City. After trotting a mile to Ironhouse City, they finally arrived at a large ramp made from different rusted slabs and led straight up to the great metal walls that spanned from side to side. Lucy stopped at the beginning of the ramp, turned her head sharply to the other travelers. Listen, don't wander off. Whatever you do, stay close to me. This isn't as nice as it looks. Ponies die here. I want you three to keep to yourselves if you value anything. Got that? She said with a stern, worried look in her eyes. Neil and Al learned that by now. She didn't like what was broken, especially hers. They both struck their mouths, symbolizing the zip their lips. Allie just kept to herself quietly. Good. We're clear on this? She asked menacingly. Neil and Al looked at each other, nodding up down consistently. Allie just nodded once at her. All right then, let's get moving. We've wasted enough time here, she said, turning around, dragging her wooden cart with her. Their host made a pinging noise as they climbed up the old metal ramp. Neil's host made the most noise due to his mechanical foreleg. Farther and farther they climbed up until they reached the top of a wall. A small wall of roughly configured metal lay ahead of them, bordering the top of the wall. There was a small sealed gate with two plated green soldiers sleeping in a window next to the gate. Lucy walked up to them and knocked on the wall, waking the sleeping soldiers, their gas masks covering up their surprised expressions as they climbed up to attention. What? What? They both prayed as they scrambled to the border. Yeah. Do you always sleep on the job, you lazy asses? Lucy said, rolling her eyes at the lazy stallions. First guard at the window, his voice muffled by the mask he wore connected to his helmet.
What is it, Waysider?
Barked the soldier. I live here, asswipe. Now let me and these three in, now, she demanded in a bored tone. Not paying attention to her remark, the soldier leaned forward.
Do you have your address pass?
He asked. Yeah, 1 sec, she said, pulling out a small metal card from a pocket on her duster. She gave it to the soldier, took the card and levitated to his eyes. It was just an iron card of a roughly drawn horseshoe with a bunch of random lettering on it. He gave it back to Lucy.
Yeah, you're clear. Enjoy your stay in Ironhoof, ma'am.
He said, nodding at her as he signed for the other party to open the gate. Yeah, whatever, kiss ass, she said, moving through the steel gate that rattled open. Neil, Adam, and Allie all followed Lucy to the city. Instead of a large city, they stayed in a rusty, large elevator that led up to a large steel skyscraper. It was significantly darker behind the building than it was a mile away, but it was much more scary below the small bridge that moved to the building from the gate. A small gorge below them there was a charred, barren mess, carts, skeletons that littered the empty city floor. I looked down the bridge for a moment and see what was down in the dark goods of ruin and war. Whoa! He smuttered under his breath, looking at the city floor. Kid! Lucy snapped at him. Adam turned quickly, looking back at the group who were in the rusty elevator. Come on, Adam, we're about to go, Neil called while weighing himself. Okay, coming, Adam replied, looking briefly at the gourds for one last moment. After a moment, he turned back to the elevator and dashed towards the group. Missy, if you would please. Lucy taunted Allie, nodding her head to the large red button on the back of the elevator. Allie gave her a mean look, smoothed her way to the button to press it. With a click of the button, a large metal sheet moved in front of the elevator entrance, shutting tightly. A large creak followed before they got up, going level after level of empty flooring. White beams of light flashed by as they traveled after floor after floor. The three travelers watched in amazement as they soared higher into the sky. Within a few minutes, the elevator reached a dramatic stop at the last level. With a small ding, the door in front of them slid open, exposing a massive city built on pre-war buildings. Small cloth tents and rusty metal shacks covered the top of the building. The four stepped out of the elevator, completely taken at the magnificent sight. Hundreds of ponies of all shapes, sizes, and colors filled the town and the building. Larger buildings towered higher and higher than the one they were currently on. Each building was bearing a large, colorfully magically light signs, advertising hotels and businesses. Each building looked like they were brand new, except for the bomb layer, which was dark and invisible to see from the top of the building. Neil, Adam, and Allie all followed behind Lucy as he pulled the car through the crowd. Welcome to the Trade District, Lucy shouted to the group as they continued through the district. Traders were yelling out to the crowd of ponies, trying to sell whatever they had. There were shacks for rent, slaver tents where one could buy slaves for any use, and booths that sold anything from junk to weapons and ammo. My place is just up there, Lucy called to the group as he pointed to a large round building towering a little higher than the building they were currently on. Adam and Neil looked around as they saw large bridges connected to building to building. Small housing areas and other facilities sat on large metal pads that extended from the building nearest to them. As they approached the bridge that branched off from the Trade District building, they saw small little sprite bots that flew around, playing some kind of message on the speakers. The voice on the floating robot was sleek and proud. My fellow ponies, did you know that there was a time when ponies like yourselves could walk freely about our land and not have to worry about raiders or supermutants? I do. And if you join the Iron Hoof Legion, then we can live in times like those again. But it is only through the strength of our stallions and mares that we can succeed. Join us in the fight for a better future. Join us for tomorrow. I am Emperor Vladimir, and I approve this message. Ted, the sprite bot, as he directed past a few ponies that were on the way to the Trade District. Neil treated out to Lucy, to her. Lucy? Who's the Iron Hoof Legion? I'll tell you later. Neil jumped to the side, pointing a small group of mares. One more question. Where does the city get all its power? What? She replied. How does this city get all of its power? He asked, trying to move his way for the crowd. Beats me, she shrugged. Oh, well, how far till we reach your home then? He asked, dusting an earth pony. It's up ahead, she said, motioning her head forward. Neil looked ahead of the bridge to see a sign that said in large, pink, magically lit lettering, Central Living District. then left the long bridge that spanned the first-level district to the next, and approached a small metal shack. It didn't look any different from the others, but it was apparently her home. Lucy pulled over to the shack, pulled her cart over to the side of the building. "A little help, please?" she asked, pointing to the straps binding her cart. Neo and Al moved to the cart and helped Lucy with the straps. It only took a few minutes to unhook her from the wooden cart she had pulled in the main tent to Ironhoof. Click! With the strap, they unlasted her from the cart. We moved away from the cart to stretch and shake off the dirt on her. She turned to the shack entrance and unlocked the door with a key, then had another pocket in front of her duster. Wait for her hoof, mostly to come inside. One by one, each of the travelers entered the dark and metal shack. Lucy was the last to enter the shack, closing the door behind them. It was pitch black inside her home, or it was till the group heard a small click, and suddenly the whole room lit up. 3 small lamps, and even some old heart-warming Eve lights were strung about her home, lighting up the room. The inside of her home was small. There were 2 bunk beds on each side of the wall facing each other, a large screen and keyboard in the back of the shack. All pre-war pictures and a large flowing blue flag bearing Celestia's sun was draped across the wall. "Whose flag is that?" Adam asked, moving up to it curiously. Lucy turned to him after setting her sniper down in the corner of the room. "That's the Guardian flag. Each Guardian is supposed to have one in their living quarters," she said plainly as she put her bags in a metal footlocker set along the edge of the bunk. She popped her head neck for a moment, looking rather tired. "All right, off to bed with a lot of you," she said, schooling every pony to their beds. Then she called to everyone's bunk for the night. "Neo, you get the top left bunk. Adam, you get the one below him. I get the top right and the alley below me." Adam pouted and carried the ground upset. "Dang it, I ride the top bunk," he muttered. Neo walked by him with a smile on his face. "Hey, it's okay," he said, patting him on the back of his mechanical forehoof. "You take the top and I'll get the bottom. How's that sound?" "No, they're brothers. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do the obvious stuff. Nope, 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 nope," he said, looking at him with a smile on his face. "Really, brother?" Adam asked, his eyes widening with happiness. "Yeah, sure. Just don't move around a little lot," Neo said with a small chuckle. "Thanks," Adam exclaimed, dropping his stuff on the ground and climbing up onto his bed. Allie walked up to next to Neo as he watched his brother climb to the bunk. "You really are a good brother, aren't you?" she said, looking at him. Neo smiled a bit, a small tingling feeling tickling his spine. "Yeah, he's the only family I got left. If I don't look out for him, no pony will." They both looked at each other, staring into each other's eyes. A warm, fuzzy feeling went through Neo as he gazed steadily into her bright, beautiful eyes. She felt the same looking into his white, steely eyes. The moment was then interrupted when Lucy barked at the two. "Are you going to bed or not?" she yelped at him. They both shook their heads, snapping out of the mood they were in. Allie giggled once a bit, embarrassed by the whole moment as she turned to her bunk. Neo's head fell down with disappointment in himself. "You blew it, Neo! Good work! You were that close! That close!" he thought to himself as he threw himself onto the bunk. Neo sighed, trying to shake his thoughts from his mind. "Well, at least it's a real bed this time," he thought to himself, pulling the green tattered covers over him. It was early the next morning when Lucy decided to get up. The sun was still set, at least seen that way. The only light in the room was the faint glow of her large thermal screen, was covered for most of the back of the wall of the shack. She got up quietly out of her bunk, trying not to wake any pony. Every pony was still fast asleep, dreaming. Lucy tiptoed to the terminal and put on an old pre-war Air Force helmet. After she placed it tightly around her ears, she turned to the terminal. A small click of power button, and the whole light screen lit up a greenish hue. A small green box flashed up on the screen, stating, "Password." A small box beneath the password flashed on. With her hooves, she quietly started typing in the password to the terminal. Then, with a click of an enter button, a whole list of boxes began popping up like crazy. She used the arrow keys on the keypad to scroll through the boxes till she came to a box named Contacts. The list began to unfold numerous of random ponies. She moved the box scroller down to the list of contacts and she came to a contact named Command. She hit enter. A small green telephone appeared on the screen. She could hear the sound ringing in her headset as she waited for a message to be answered. Pop! With a small noise as some pony answered the phone call.
This is the Steelhoof Coalition HQ. If you are not part of our order, please hang up now. If you are part of the order, or any order affiliated with the Coalition, please cut to...
Message was interrupted by Lucy. "Yeah, cut the shit.
It's me, Providence Guardian Lucy Luck. Please state your coalition ID code. She rolled her eyes, ready to face over the marker. She signed, listed her ID code. Code 13374739113. One moment. Yes, that is valid code. What can I help you with, Guardian Luck? Finally, I need you to put Carter on the line. One moment. Yes, he's available at this time. Would you like me to pass you through? Lucy's head was about to explode out of pure frustration. Yes, she said, massaging her head and the hard headache that the monitor had given her. There was another loud pop as the lights switched on her call. Ring, 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 banana phone. There was the sound of some giggling in the background as the stallion picked up the phone. Hello? He said, breathing deeply, as if physically assaulted. Lucy finally faced up. Carter, she questioned, are you having sex? She mumbled grumbly. He could be heard in the background, trying to make the small giggling in the background stop. No, he replied. Lucy sighed. I have news to report, she said grimly. Like what? Here, let me show you. She turned on a tiny green camera with a small green light. Do you see me? Here, one moment, he said, moving the phone around. There, I'm at the terminal, and I can see you. He sounded unhappy. Oh, boo-hoo. Did I ruin the big boy's fun? She mocked him. Ha! He laughed sarcastically. Now what is it you want me to see? Look, she said, pushing the camera sideways towards the bunks where Neo and Adam were sleeping. So, they're just sleeping kids. Listen, they're not just kids. They're, she paused for a moment, her kids. Whose kids? Lucy faced up again. One word, stable, she growled angrily. Oh shit, he said, shocked at his statement. What the hell are they doing out here? He shouted at her. Shh, she said, gesturing to be quiet. Right, he said, turning his voice down. So then, why are they out here? She said they were in the stable. Lucy turned to the bunks, looking at him. They went looking for her. Damn it! This could ruin the whole operation if he finds out. I know, but hold on to your balls for a sec. She looked at her room for a moment, checking if Aimpoint was listening. I have a plan. It was finally morning when every pony woke up. Yellowish-brown lights pierced the small holes in the shack walls. Lucy was stretching in her bunk, until still tired from the day before. Adam and Neo was still sleeping when they were woken up instantly by Lucy, who decided it was a good idea to push them off their bunks to wake them up. She moved over to Neo's bunk, put her hose under the back, and gave him a mighty push. Wham! Went Neo as his face fell first into the solid ground. Wake it now. He shot up to look at who pushed him off his bunk, ruined whatever dream he was having at the time. Looked around, only to see Lucy on the other side, grinning tiredly. His face turned red with rage as he shouted at her. What the hell was that? Why did you push me off my bunk? Neo's shout spoke the others up from their slumber, as he arose to see what was the matter. Brother, what is it? And Neo looked out from the other side of the bed and yelled, This crazy lady tried to push me out of my bed! Adam looked down to Lucy. All she said was, I did push him. He snores. Adam looked puzzled, like whatever had just happened was completely random. Adam climbed down the top bunk to see what had happened. Brother, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. She just better not do something like that again, he snickered, rubbing a sore face. Allie got out of her bunk to expect Neo. Before she could find out what happened, Lucy started shouting from the back of her room. Okay, listen up, everybody, she said. I want all of you to be fed and dressed so we can get out on our first day of work starting. Adam helped Neo up from the floor and turned his head to Lucy. But we burned our only set of clothes in Maynton, Adam stated. Don't worry, I'll take care of that for you. But I want Neo to help me for a bit before we all head out to do some real work, she said with a small grin on her face. What? I haven't had anything to eat or anything! And now you're making me work right when I get up? He shouted frustratingly. Cry all you want, you little kid. You're not gonna get a meal till you help me with a small chore first, she told her, pressing her forehead on the terminal chair. Neo's eyes lit up with anger as he burst in. What are you calling a little kid? I'll have you know, I'm 20 years old. I'm a full-grown adult. A full-grown adult. Adam hugged his brother, patting on the back, trying to cool him off. It's okay, brother. It's okay. Just calm down. Neo sighed as he cooled off from the comment made about his age. Fine. I'll go help you with your chore. But don't expect me to be happy until I eat something. He slowly turned to Lucy as he moved to the door. That's a good boy, she said with a cocky expression on her face, and she and Neo went out the door. The door behind them slammed shut.
Allie and Adam were alone and sat together. Allie moved over to Adam. So, should we start making something to eat? Neil'll probably be in a better mood if we do, she said with a smile to Adam. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, Adam replied. Suddenly hit Adam that most of their food they had brought from the stable was still fresh. They still had purified water in their canteens, and some food like sugar apple bombs and dried apple slices. We can have the food we brought from the stable. I mean, it's probably not going to go to waste if we don't eat it soon, Adam pointed out. Allie never really tasted stable-made food before, but she didn't want to be rude and eat the little food they had brought with them. She did think about it for a moment, and she was hungry, and those apple slices did sound nice. Okay, let's get it all ready for when they get back. Adam nodded to Allie in agreement. Together, they both got out the day's breakfast and waited for Neil and Lucy to get back. I was sitting in the middle of the floor, with the food all laid out for when they returned. Allie was sitting across from Adam, staring at the food, bored. I looked up into Allie and said, Why did you come with us? Huh? She looked at Al, surprised at the question. Why didn't you stay in Bainton with Cat and Newt? He repeated. She looked shy as she started to rub her right foreleg with the other. I don't know. It's okay, you can tell me. I'm great at keeping secrets. Said with a friendly grin. The day I met you, when I saw Neo kill those raiders that attacked us, when they attacked you, I saw something. It felt something too. She stopped for a moment, thinking about the day. When Neo first looked at me. No other stallion looked at me like that before. I felt at peace. When you left with Lucy to take care of those raiders and get to the cart, I felt empty. Empty inside. Like a piece of my soul was gone. Alan looked at her with a small, warm grin on his face. I've never been into stallions before. In fact, me and Cat had something going on. But I felt complete with Neo there. I was too embarrassed to tell him how I felt, if that's really how I feel. Last night, I felt something. Brother really does like you, Al said, resting his back to the side of the bunk. He does? Allie muttered with her eyes wide with joy. Al nodded back to her. Yeah, totally crazy for you. She blushed a bit at the remark. How do you know? Has he told you? Nope, but I've seen him in love a few times, and I can guarantee he likes you, he said, formally fixing the leather goggles on his forehead. She just smiled at him, her eyes wiring up. Then as the door flew open, and Lucy and Neo came through the door. Neo looked miserable. Celestia, kill me! He muttered to the clicking ceiling. Wasn't that fun, Neo? Lucy commented smartly. I just want to eat some food, that's all. Next time you drag me out of bed, just a whole scrap to some old merchant, I'll kill you! Neo snickered at Lucy. Lucy just grinned back. I'd love to see you try. They were both shocked when they saw Allie jumped up from where she was sitting. Look back! Allie said, rushing up to Neo, giving him a large hug. Neo started to blush as she caressed him with her arms. Neo used one of his hugs to hug her back. Well, it was shortly lived when Lucy closed the door and saw the mess on the floor. What did you do to my floor? Adam rubbed the back of his neck as he explained. It's breakfast. He chuckled nervously. Neo's ears perked up at the sound of the word. At that instant, he pounced the meal on the ground. Food! He yelled as he leaped to attack the nice meal Allie and Adam prepared. The three watched in awe as he continued to consume a bowl of dry apple slices. Does he always eat like this? Lucy commented. Adam and Allie nodded. We better start eating before there's no food left to eat, Allie said as he sat down to eat with Adam. Together, the four ate their meal merrily. Even Lucy was happy. They drank most of the purified water that Neil and Adam brought in from the stable. And was about filled up on almost all the food they had kept in their bags, too. Once they were done, Lucy gave Neo an old guardian duster that did not bear the Providence Guardian sun symbol. Al was given an old dark brown leather vest with a bunch of pockets to keep things in, and Allie was given a purple bandana to wear around her neck. Neo managed to get his white do-rag on his head with some help of Allie's magic. Lucy got her coat on and her guardian fedora. In a few minutes, the four were ready to start their first day in Iron Host City. Lucy turned sharply to a footlocker next to her. Can't leave without you, she said as she picked up a sniper from her locker. Neo stood next to the door with the rest of the group. What are we doing today, anyway? Lucy trotted up to the shack entrance, sniper hanging at her side. You'll see. Footnote. Level up. Twitch. You are limber and can sense when enemies are close by or when a trap is located. Level up. Would you like to level up, Adam? New perk. Buck yeah. Your buck and punch has increased damage by 20%. You also gain +2 in unarmed per level.